What's wise, my people? What's wise? What's wise? Wise thoughts, wise clues, wise moves. For you to be wise too. And this is Wise Talk Podcast. And I'm the wise guy, not the fool. We're going to talk about this story today about how I came up with this name, the Wise Guy. Give a few details about it. It all started back in 1983, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. North side of the streets, straight out of North Highlands. Back in 83, 84, I want to say. I was kindergarten school, wasn't really going to kindergarten because I was always sick a lot. So I used to hang out with my pops a lot. And my pops was one of the bosses of all bosses, the OG of all OGs, for those who don't know. Back in 83, like I say, kindergarten, wasn't going to school. One day I woke up out of the sleep. I didn't go to school this morning. I think my mom's had left, went to the grocery store or something. I'm sitting there waking up out of the bed thinking I'm home alone, running around the house kind of nervous a little bit, like they done left me here by myself. So I went and opened up the garage door. As I opened up the garage door, man, I seen trash bags full of trees. And when I say trash bags, I'm talking about trash bags that they throw grass in, not that they use in the kitchen trash. So it was filled, I said about 30, 40 bags of them. So I seen that as kindergarten, first grade year, watching that type of stuff right there. Well, we gonna get off into that another day. I'm just giving you a little details about the story with why I came to Wise Guy. So we gonna jump it back up to say 1986, 1987. Well, let's say 87, 88. Out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Boys came down here from Chicago. We was all in North Highlands, hanging out. I had two older brothers, other brothers from different mothers. And I was the baby of them all. Some boys from Chicago come down here, they hung around. I guess they liked what we was doing in North Highlands at this time. They didn't stay that long, so as they left, older brothers and their little clique came up with this name called CBGs. And that was a clique. Some of you guys may say it was a gang, but it was a clique. And I was the baby of them all. Give you a little details about that. Then we're gonna get back into the story about how I came to Wise Guy. Why I call myself the Wise Guy. Let me say it that way. Jump back up to 88 now. 89, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Straight on the north side, North Highlands, for those who don't know. Okay. I was dating this woman at this time. Well, I was a teenager, so she wasn't always a woman. She was a teenager trying to be a woman, let me say that. It's working CNA, nursing home, graveyard shift. This night she asked me, could I take her to work? So I went on and said, yeah, let me take her to work. So I went on by her house a little early, sat around, waiting for her to get ready to work. As I was sitting at her house, I got a phone call from one of the homies from out of North Highlands. Wanted me to stop by. So I asked her, could we stop by his house? Could she get ready a little early so I could stop by and holler at my partner before I dropped her off? She got ready, We ran to North Highlands, stopped by my partner's house, ran in the house and hollered at my partner, right? So as I'm talking to my partner, come on out the house, I see the police sitting at the stop sign. I didn't think nothing of it, didn't really care about it. I got a license and insurance. So I pulled on out the driveway. As I pulled on out the driveway, this old officer got behind me, followed me on out to North Highlands, on to the main streets. So as he got behind me, I hit my signal light, got over to the other lane, thinking he was gonna roll past me. But nah, he got on behind me anyway. So I hit my signal light again, got over back to the other lane, thinking he was gonna roll past me. Well, he didn't. So I told my homegirl he finna get ready to pull us over. So I said, I'm gonna hit my signal light again. I hit my signal light the third time, got over. He went on and cut the lights on me. So I put my signal lights over, got pulled on over, let the window down. He walks on to the car. As he walked to the car, he asked me for my license and my insurance. Told him my insurance was in the glove box and my license was in the wallet in my back pocket. I had to tell him that because coming out of North Highlands back in these days, them cops was trigger happy. You know. So as I'm reaching for my insurance in the glove box, he flashed the flashlight on me, watched me grab it. I handed my insurance. Now I told him I'm finna reach for my ID out my back pocket. So as I opened up my wallet, he looks in and see me grabbing my ID. He said, hey, you must be one of them Wize guys. I played stupid with him, act like I didn't know nothing, knowing I knew all about it because I know who my pops was. And plus I done seen the movie The Last Godfather and all of that. So that was the first time I heard someone call me the Wize Guy, not knowing my pops was already raising me to be the Wize Guy. But that's the first time I heard it. The second time was here, right here. It was these two officers. They did their jobs very good in North Highlands. I ain't gonna give you their names. I'm just gonna tell you it was two officers that did their jobs. And if you wasn't out there good at your job, they was gonna capitalize off of you. So whatever your job was that you was doing, you had to be wise to do it. These officers right here will mess with you so much to where they used to just come out there in the neighborhood, North Highlands, 5, 6 cars deep sometimes. First thing they'll do is ask us to get our hands on the car. Those who didn't want to put their hands on the car took off running. Those who didn't have a problem putting their hands on the car, put their hands on the car. Let me get back into this story, though, why they call me the Wize Guy. It was just one day, I was sitting on 82nd in North Highlands up under the shade tree. And at this time, these two officers had already took a lot of the homeboys to jail. Or they had already made a few of the homeboys informants. Let me say that. So this day I'm sitting under the shade tree by myself up in North Highlands on 82nd, like I was saying. They pulls up on me 2 cars deep. Before they even say anything, I just walked to the car and put my hands on the hood. They searched me and think everything was cool, everything clear, and they let me go. I went back right up under the shade tree. They didn't call me wise, but they knew I was smart about what I was doing. So what's wise is what's wisdom, and what's wisdom is what's wise. So that's calling me a wise guy too. Now I'm gonna give you another story about my older brothers and my brothers from different mothers and some of my homeboys. I used to try to talk to them and tell them certain things. I say this was probably about in 92, 93. Try to talk to them and tell them certain things. Since I was the youngest one, the baby, they didn't want to listen to me. They went and did it the way they wanted to do it. So they would always get in trouble. I would be the one always up under the shade tree all the time. And they was wondering, how did I do it? I had a magic trick that I didn't share with nobody, and I'm gonna share with y'all today. My magic trick that I used to do was this right here. We had a store, 7-Eleven on 79th Street, North Highlands. Before I go sit on this block on 82nd, I would go buy me a big old bag of chips. I didn't care what flavor, because I wasn't gonna eat them no way. I would buy these chips, probably eat a few of them, and throw the rest of them out. What I would do with this bag of chips would put my goods in this bag of chips and put it across the street in some bushes. So my focus was on the bushes, not worrying about the cops. I don't know why I never shared that with nobody. I kept that secret to myself. So as I got a little older, I shared it with my old brothers and my other brothers from different mothers. They say, boy, you was a wise guy, huh? So I heard it the third time from my brothers then. You know, the things that I used to do and get away, the things I used to get away with. You had to be wise to do it, or you had to have wisdom to get by. If you didn't, you'll be one of them fools. No disrespect to the ones that made mistakes. That just happened the way it happened. So after that, hearing the Wize Guy a lot, I'm gonna tell you this other story about these two cops. That I said, hey, I got to maybe get out to something, doing something different. Got to change my name to G-Dog to something different now. Because these two cops were so dirty, boy. I had this partner of mine. I'm not going to give his name up. But when he hear this, he going to know who I'm talking about. And this is something I never shared with him or nobody else. I had my partner in this car one day. And these two cops that always mess with everybody, they said they gonna always mess with me whenever they see me, no matter who I was with. If I was riding in the car with somebody else, they would pull us over. But this day I was riding in my car, and there was this store at Vickers, and this store right here was on Wilshire that we all would go to in North Highlands, Oklahoma City, for those who don't know. I had my partner in the car this day, pulled up at this gas station, pumping gas. These two little officers pull us up on me. For some reason, the guy in this passenger seat jumps up out of his car, out of my car, and took off walking. These two cops pulled up over there where I was. So I'm thinking they was gonna ask me for my license and insurance and try to harass me at this store in front of everybody. But this day they didn't. This is what they told me. That guy that just walked out your car, we caught him with some drugs. So I asked him, why y'all didn't take him to jail if y'all caught him with some drugs? They didn't answer my question. What they did was jump back in their car and ride off. But that guy that used to drive their brown station wagon, he know who he is and he know what I'm talking about. So right then I kind of figured I kind of need to change that name G-Dog and make it something different and do something different. I never hung around with people my age. I kind of hung around with people that was older than me, you know. So hanging out with people older than me, I received a lot of wisdom and learned from a lot of people's mistakes. So it was just one day I was hanging out with one of my kin folks, best friends. We were sitting at his house watching mob movies, reading encyclopedias, Godfather encyclopedias, sharpening up my knife, you know. So as I'm sharpening up my tools, he knew a lot of people. So this day, someone that was around Charlie Wilson called him and asked us, well, not asked us, asked him to come over. He asked me, did I want to ride with him too? So I said, yeah, let's ride. So we went over there in Wildwood, which that's in Oklahoma City, the northeast side of the streets. Much love to my east side folks, you know. We pulls up over there. They lets us in the house. We walks up in the room. They was off in the den area. Charlie Wilson sitting at the piano, playing this piano, singing this song called Confess Your Love. It's an album, CD that he had this drop when he was down here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I say this was in 94, 95, I want to say. More like 96 probably, ain't no telling. I could be off on the years. So we goes over there, he's singing the song Confess Your Love, playing the piano and stuff. That day right there, that inspired me to want to make music. So the next day, me and my partner went up to the store and bought us a keyboard. Well, not us, I bought it myself. I bought me a keyboard. I didn't know how to read music, didn't know how to play music or nothing, but I had an ear for it. So I would sit in that room and come up with all kind of beats and play beats and play beats and do this and do that. So a couple of days went by after that. I goes back over my partner's house, older partner house. Old Charlie Wilson called us over there again this time, and this time I got one of my partners with me. So we walked in the house this time. He's sitting in the same room, but this time in a different role, playing another song that I didn't know nothing about this one. But the partner that I had with me, he said, Charlie Wilson, my mama love your music. Charlie Wilson said, hey man, where your mama at? Everybody in the room in the store busting out laughing and everything like that. We stayed for another 30, 45 minutes laughing and giggling and everything. Then I left. Then I had another cousin. I didn't get to meet that much back in the days because I was doing what I was doing. He was in school playing football. I'm not gonna say his name, I'm just gonna give you H.O.D. I'm gonna say that. He was playing football, good running back, coming up out of Edmond High School, went to college. Somehow him and the coach got into it and everything in college. We're gonna have him in one day and tell y'all that story one day too, maybe. But anyway, he moved to Atlanta after he left college down here in Oklahoma City, moved to ATL. Down there in Dungy, he started writing music down there with the Goody Mob. You know? So as he down there writing music with the Goody Mob, he not knowing I'm up here making beats on this keyboard. So one day he decided to move on back. My kinfolk introduced me to him, told me we was kinfolks and everything. He come on to the house. I let him hear a couple of tracks I'm dropping, not even knowing he know how to rap or nothing. I ain't know nothing about none of this. So I guess the beat that I had going at this time kind of sparked him, so he just started freestyling. So as he started freestyling, I said, hey man, we need to come out with a record label. I said, they call me the Wize Guy. So why not come out with a record label called it Wize Records? This is what we called it right here, Wize Records. This was about 1998, 1999. I couldn't bring that name G-Dog to the music game. So that's when I switched my name all the way over to the Wize Guy. Came up with an old clique, 4 or 5 wise guys, you know what I'm talking about. Did a little music, doing little things, making a little noise. But somehow I had one foot in and one foot out. So I wasn't really serious about the music, really. The artists I had around me was getting mad at me. Said, man, we need to get out there. We need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do that. I said, how about this? How about y'all come up with your own CD and I'll put the money behind it. Nobody wanted to come out with their own CD at this time. And me not having both foot in, I just started doing it for the fun of it. So every time I would get mad at something, or get angry about somebody, I wouldn't say nothing to them. I wouldn't argue with them. I'd go write a song about it and give them the CD and let them hear it through the music. Give them a better understanding of how they pissed me off. So that's why I call myself the Wize Guy right there. I still do music here and there. Y'all need to go check out my music here. It's on all platforms. It's the Wize Guy, True Stories. You get it on YouTube, anything else, iPhone, iClouds, and all that other stuff. Jay Trout, my son, go check him out too. Yeah, I wasn't too serious with it. So I gave up the music and just do it for fun, like I said. So I've been sitting around looking at these podcast shows. I'm gonna say this first. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. It's gangsters and killers, for real niggas, snitches, bitches, women, ladies, however you wanna look at it, in all 50 states. The hardest thing around is the gun. And everybody will pull the trigger when they're back against the wall. So let me say that. So I want to start this podcast because there's a lot of things I'm hearing out here that I don't like. A lot of things out here that I don't appreciate of. I want to tell y'all to like, smash up the likes too. Smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Like and subscribe for more content like this. We're gonna be talking about life in all angles. Not just how I'm the wise guy. Just giving y'all guys a little taste of who I am and what I am before I start talking about the things I want to talk about. You know, 4 or 5 wise guys, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma City. We're the champs this year. So we got to start making noise and all kind of other things now. Like I told you, there's real niggas everywhere. And I'm the wise guy. This Wise Talk podcast. Wise thoughts. Wise clues. Wise moves for you to be wise too. I swear to God on my blood. And I'm out.